This is the ARROWMAX SES ULTRA Precision Electric Screwdriver. Let's take it out of the box. In the box, you get the screwdriver itself, complete with a whole set of bits. I'll show you that in just a bit. Charging cable, USB to USB-C. Here is a magnetic pad. It has double stick tape on the back so you can stick it down, and then anything you're working on, those little tiny screws will go on there and stay put. And of course, here's the manual itself there. To get the screwdriver out, this clicks and then the whole thing slides out right there. Okay, so as you see, there's all sorts of bits and the screwdriver itself. All sorts of bits. There's the screwdriver, and on the other side, we got one that is not quite in there. There's all kinds of good stuff right here. We'll take the screwdriver out, and there it is. So you can hold it sort of like a pen or a pencil. Small and slender, fits in your hand nice. It's got an OLED display. There are a total of 70 magnetic bits right there. If the bits become demagnetized, you can remagnetize them right in the case right there, but typically they should hold up. I'm going to put an on-screen shot of the manual so you know what bits you get. The screwdriver has 5 different torque settings: 0.05, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4 Newton meters. For those of us in the US, basically that means it's 0.44 to 3.5 inch-pounds. It's not very powerful, and you don't want it to be very powerful. Depending on what you're working on, of course, if you're working on something like a phone or other really tiny, intricate device, you want small amounts of torque. And the main idea of this screwdriver is it's going to aid you in installing and removing these screws by increasing your speed, spinning the screws for you. For final tightening, I recommend doing that by hand. I've been in the repair business for about 35 years at this point. You don't want to put a tool on small screws and have it tighten them all the way. So it's going to be just fine. You can select between any of those different torque settings. And of course, I'm going to be demonstrating that to you in just a bit. The screwdriver will handle 900 screws per charge, and it spins at 280 RPM. At the tip end, where you put the screwdriver bit in, there are 4 shadowless LEDs in there to illuminate the piece that you're working on to make it easier. This device has won the Red Dot and IF Awards back in 2021. With that, let's go ahead and test it out. So here's the screwdriver. As you see, it shows the direction it's turning the screw and which way it's supposed to move. You have basically your up and down buttons, or in and out, whatever you want. Over here, if you click 3 times, you can select the torque setting of it, 5 being the most. We're going to start at 1. Okay? And what we're going to do is just take the screwdriver, put it right in here. Let me just get it lined up. There we go. And now you'll see that if I try to loosen it, it can't do anything. But if I loosen it slightly, there we go. The screw is loose. Just to show you there. So we'll go ahead and put that back, and now we're going to tighten that down. And it just stops there because that's all it's got. But take notice. See how much more I turn that? I'm using 2 fingers. That's approximately the right torque that I feel is correct after working on these. They don't need to be super tight. You can always turn them by hand. Okay, so that's nice and tight right there. But again, it's not going to loosen it. But let's set that torque setting to 5. Okay, 5 is selected. Now let's see if it can do it. We'll get it locked in. It did. And you can hear the threads in there loose like that. So indeed, it was able to handle that. So it does actually provide a little more torque than I was expecting, which is actually kind of good. So it's suitable for smaller and larger devices. And that's put in. Now, where's that torque feel? Let's see. Yeah, it probably could use just a little more, about like that. It's very close on setting 5. And of course, you can go anywhere in and out from there. I'm going to leave it there. We'll just go ahead and take a few screws out. We'll just start with this same one right here. None of these screws have been touched. They got it. And we got one more over here. Whoops. Yeah, absolutely. It was able to take those screws out without any problem whatsoever. So that's really nice. And of course, putting them back in, just load it back up on the screwdriver. And send them on home. Again, you probably want to just torque them by hand just to get them exactly where you want. Remember, with this stuff, less is more oftentimes. If I can just get that lined up on there. There we go. Right there is just perfect. And this one we can drive in as well. Right on. All around excellent. The magnetic bits work great. They held well in the case. There's also a little extension here that I can pull out. I'll show you quickly, that we can put in there and put in there. So if that floats your boat a little bit better, right like that, then you can do that. So all around an excellent electric screwdriver for small devices from ARROWMAX. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.